Hello, I'm Carrie and I'm back with another pick a card reading. And this time the question is, what do you need to know? So, this is a question that I ask all the time, but I haven't recently asked it in a pick a card form. So I'm doing that today, and we've got three different piles to choose from. So what do we need to know? Pile one, what do you need to know? Pile two, what do you need to know? Pile three. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you so much for just watching the video. I just appreciate your energy. And we are going to get started with pile one. Okay, pile one. What do you need to know? I always like to start out with a main answer to the question. So that's what this first card is. What do you need to know? Woman holding coin. Interesting. What do you need to know? The answer is woman holding coin. I wonder, does that mean that you have the coin? Let's see. I really had so much fun because I wanted to pick clarifying cards from different decks. So we got all kind of different decks to clarify, and then I got a advice card. So I'm gonna organize. I don't know why, but organizing the cards to me is a part of the reading. It's a very specific part of the reading. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit too. Okay. Pile one. So this is interesting because I was saying, what's the answer to what do you need to know? What you need to know is women holding coin, and it makes sense now. It's kind of like you are the one that's got the magic. You got the riz, as people say these days. You were the one who you got that action. Like you were the cool one. You were the one with the opportunities. You were the one who brings the fun. Who brings the, I don't know. It's like you have it. You have the it factor, whatever it is that they call that. But it seems like you don't know that. You don't know that you are the woman holding coin. So, woman holding coin in this deck, I like to call her the Empress. The Empress is the one who, she is all the queens put together. So, Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, and Queen of Swords. So, she's got all the things. Even though in this picture she's holding a pentacle, or yeah, what looks like a pentacle, she's totally the Empress to me, and the pentacle is just showing her wealth and prosperity because the Empress just has she has everything she needs. So she's already reached kind of like the top of her game in all aspects. So even in her emotions, in her ability to make money, to come up with money making ideas, ability to be the master over her mind, and she has a lot of charisma. So she knows how to control and use her sexual energy. And so it's so interesting that we have helpless and hopeless up here, because it's kind of like showing a mindset that you have, and it's probably something from the past making you think that, maybe before you didn't have all these things, but now you do, but your mindset and way you treat yourself, or even the way you allow people to treat you, it has not caught up to who it is that you are now. Because you are the woman holding coin, you are the Empress. We also see sentimental feelings up here, which is it's so funny because I'm looking at this butterfly and let me pick it up. I don't know why. It looks to me like the butterfly is got his little antennas down, oh, like kind of sad. The sentimental feelings don't necessarily have to be bad. They can be sentimental about anything. Like you can feel great when you pick up a certain object. But to me, I'm really just feeling the energy of the past. Like you, woman holding coin, may have had a terrible childhood, or even some things just happened and you really, really broke your heart, broke your spirit, just made you it made you into this Empress, because it made you work so hard to provide for yourself, to be, the leader in your life, to be the one who is to be the one who basically shows up. Like you have all of these great qualities, likely because of the things that have happened to you to make you feel as if you need to step up your game. Like you don't want things from the past to happen again, and you don't want them to happen to the people that you loved. So you're the person who has stepped up your game, and you really put it out there like, hey, I'm putting this work in. I'm putting the action in. I'm bringing the energy. I have the money because I have worked so hard for it. I'm working on my mental because I need to be smart and sharp so that I can move forward and like make these rapid decisions. Like you have done all of this work, and it has likely been because of the things that have happened to you, but your mindset still hasn't moved to, okay, I have done this work. I am the one who has put all these things together. I am the one who has, I don't know. Even if there's like people around you maybe who are keeping you in this mindset, like, sometimes we go away from our family and we become something, and then we go back to our family and they treat us the same exact way as if we are just, oh, you're just my baby, you're just my child. But it's like, no, actually, I am a whole individual. Like, please respect me and treat me as such. Like, I'm not the child I used to be. I have grown. And I just kind of feel like because of that, and because of you not being able to see yourself as this empress that you are, you allow people to treat you a certain type of way, and then you even treat yourself wrong. And you might even hide aspects of you to kind of, put off to the side because you don't believe that you're worthy. You don't believe that, I'm not sure what you don't believe, but you just don't believe you deserve to be treated well or to be shown, like to show yourself off or even to be proud of yourself maybe. And so that's why I'm seeing that the advice here is be yourself around others. So this is the 4 agreements. The 4 agreements deck, which is based on the book by Don Miguel Ruiz. And your advice is from Don't Make Assumptions, from that agreement. It says, be yourself around others. The biggest assumption that humans make is that everyone sees life the way we do. We assume others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge, and abuse the way we abuse. We are afraid to be ourselves around others because we think others will judge us, victimize us, abuse us, and blame us as we do ourselves. So because this is your advice card, I'm really seeing the energy of you remembering who you are. Yes, you had to go through all those things, but see who you are now. Like, see all the things that you have built and created and the abilities and skills you have now once you've been through that. Like, that thing that you went through helped you to become this person that you are. So don't use it to hold yourself back. Use it as a way to celebrate yourself and to say, look at what I've done. Look at what I'm capable of creating. I went from 0 to 100 and I did it on my own. Really just kind of like having more confidence and belief in yourself because you are all of that. But if you decide that you aren't, then you aren't. Like, it's a mindset thing. And it's so interesting because I think what's happening is that you are holding yourself back because of the things that have happened. Like, what if they know this about me? What if they heard this about me? What if they know what happened to me or what I did? Like, it's like you're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself to that same standard when you have literally changed so much. You have literally worked on yourself so much. You've literally built so much. You're not that same person that you used to be at all. And so, but you're holding yourself back to that same standard. Like, I'm no good. I'm not good enough. I'm not amazing. Like, actually you are. Why are you holding yourself back to that? Which is why I'm saying in this card when it says we assume others think the way we think, feel the way we feel, judge the way we judge. Like, if you had told someone your story, they would be like, oh my God, I am so proud of you. Look at where you've come. I can't believe you went from 0. Like, nobody ever told you anything. Nobody gave you any instructions on how this, and you did it. You just did it on your own. So I think that if you told people your story, they would be so proud of you. But you are just kind of stuck in this helpless and hopeless energy. Like, nobody likes me. Nobody cares about me. That's the past. Like, in the past, that may have been the case. And I likely doubt it was the case. It was just very hard. Like, the people you were around that was caring for you. And it just wasn't enough. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, they did their best. But their best for you wasn't enough. Understanding that sometimes people cannot step up to the plate and do what is needed to be done, but you did. You stepped up to the plate for yourself, and now you are able to change your mindset from being poor me to look at what I have done. And that is what you need to know. It's like, no, look at where you are now. Look at what you have done now. Judge yourself by that. If you're going to judge yourself at all, judge yourself by what you have done, like from 0 to 100. Judge yourself by what you've accomplished, what you have put the work in, not by what others have done to you, because that has nothing to do with you. Judge yourself by what you, like, by your qualities, your attributes, by your content of your character. I'm thinking of Martin Luther King. Not by the color of your skin, but the content of your character. I believe that's what he says in his speech. Like, from what you actually have done, not just like the circumstances you grew up in. Like, that's not helpful. And it's really giving me energy of like childhood, but this does not have to be childhood. This can be just any type of thing. Like, maybe you failed or something. Oh no, I failed. I didn't show up on time. My plan didn't work out. Like, don't judge yourself by that. Judge yourself by what you did afterwards. Okay, by one. That is what you need to know. I really hope this it was helpful for you, just to understand like yourself is amazing. Like, you are the empress. Don't think that other people don't see that. All right, time to move on to pile two. Okay, pile two. So what you need to know, I see man holding a coin, and I'm not even going to say that you are the man holding the coin, because that's like an archetype, and in this deck I like to call him the emperor. I don't even think it's that, but it's like you are the one who has the decision. Like, you are in control, basically, is what I'm seeing. We think about the emperor archetype. The emperor is the boss. He makes the decisions. He has the power. Like, he's all the kings in one, and he's gonna stand on his word. A lot of the times, emperor can be synonymous with like your boss or even like the corporation that you work for. So it's like that very, very strong masculine energy that cannot be moved or shaken. So in this instance, though, I feel like the emperor is it's saying what you need to know is that you have the power in your hands, just like the emperor does, because the emperor calls the shots. But it kind of seems like you are a little bit afraid, because I see faith, sobriety, and third eye chakra. It's like there's a decision that you need to make or something that you want to do or put out there, but you're kind of afraid because you might be lacking a little bit of faith. Also, you could be hearing things from other people, like people whispering in your ear. And I won't say whispering in your ear, because who actually does that? But people being like, oh, you want to do that? That's going to be hard. Or why do you think you can succeed at that? You know, those questions that people, could be your friends, could be your, frenemies or whatever, would ask you if you talked about this thing. So, like, if you had the desire to level up in some way, but everybody's like, why would you do that? In this economy, it's not the right time. Like, they're giving you all of this advice. So that's why I see sobriety here, because it's kind of like stop paying attention to all these outside voices. Don't listen to what people say, because they really don't know. Like, seriously, they don't know. You don't even know, which is why you're kind of stuck here, not taking the action, even though the power is in your hands, because you're not sure about the way forward. And that's what I'm seeing here from the third eye chakra. It's like, you know what you should do, but it's like, okay, I'm not 100% sure what the outcome's going to be. I don't really know if this direction that I want to move in is going to be helpful to me. Like, you can kind of see, especially because I see third eye chakra, you can probably see the layout of how it's going to go. It's like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, but I'm not so sure what I'm going to get out of it. But I know that if I do this, then that's the next logical step. Like, you can logically see it in your mind. Like, your mind is like, this is the clear path, but you're not really on board with that because you're not 100% sure of the outcome that you're going to get. You're like, if I put my energy into this, am I going to get this? Like, it's no guarantee. Why would I invest in that? Why would I move in that direction? Because there's no guarantee. And all these people are telling me, all these people are saying like, ooh, it's risky, or, oh, why would you do that? Or they're even trying to tell you about things that you need to consider, or blah, blah, blah. Like, basically, you might be mentally stressed out right now because of whatever it is that you want to do, and you're just like, okay, there's too much to think about, too much that I don't know. And that's why I'm seeing faith as the first card, because it's kind of like maybe your faith has been shaken. You could have been, excited about this thing initially, but because of all this information and feedback you've been getting from these people, it's kind of like, all right, this is too much. I'm a little scared now. I can't make the decision. I'm just kind of standing here with all the power in my hands, but I'm just like, nah, I don't want to do it. I don't want to put it forth. And so the advice that we got for you, pile 2, is take action without expecting a reward. So all of the advice cards that I got are from this deck, the Four Agreements deck. And this is based on the book by Don Miguel Ruiz, or I think maybe he put this together. I don't know. Anyway, this is the agreement: always do your best. So I'm just gonna read the advice. Take action without expecting a reward. Do your best and take the action because you love it, not because you expect a reward. When you take action without expecting a reward, you enjoy every action and you can receive greater rewards than you imagined. And so this is just basically kind of helping you with that inaction, that, oh my gosh, I don't know, am I going to get out what I put in? Am I investing this and that? Like, because think, if you were mentally very excited about it in the beginning initially, and then all these people came with this negative stuff, it's kind of like, instead of listening to them and their priorities, because those people might legitimately be concerned for you because they're like, oh, you're going to lose money, or oh, you're going to waste your time, or oh, that person's not for you. You're going to get your heart broken, like all that stuff. Those are their fears based on the end outcome. Like, you're going to lose money. You're going to get your heart broken. You're going to waste your time. Like, yes, but maybe I lost money, but if I enjoy all the steps along the way, then it's not like I'm losing money, because money's not my concern. My concern is me doing something that I love and enjoy. It's kind of like a hobby. Like, if you have one of those hobbies where you put planes together with glue, make models, like, yeah, the end result's great, but like, I actually enjoy the putting together of the pieces. Like, it's the peacefulness for me of sitting there and putting those pieces together. Once the plane is done, I'm actually sad. Like, I want to go through the experience. I don't just want the finished plane. And for you, that's what I'm saying from this advice. It's like, the process is what you should focus on. Were you excited initially when you had this idea of the end goal, or were you excited about the process of like, oh my gosh, this is going to be challenging and exciting. I'm going to do something I've never done before. Or were you like, I'm excited about making $10,000 extra dollars if I invest in this or do this job or blah, blah, blah. Or is it the actual part of it, doing the job, that you're excited about? I think that's a question worth asking, because if you see and note that, oh, I'm actually really excited about this process. I'm excited about getting to know somebody again. We don't have to be married to each other at the end of this thing, but like the process of getting to know someone, I haven't done that in a while. I'm really excited about it. I'd like to invest my time doing that. I don't know if we're compatible or not, but like I'm excited about the process of finding out. That's what I'm interested in. Or you're just interested in being married, having the ring on your finger. That can be male or female. And especially because this is a man holding coin, I feel like this is from a masculine perspective. But it doesn't have to be, but that's just the energy I'm getting. So it's like, ask yourself what your goal is. If your goal is to only make money, then maybe this advice is going to be very helpful for you. If your goal is to only be married, if your goal is only to make sure every single thing that you put in, you get back out. Think about how that makes you feel, rather than if you were just wanting to do the thing. If you just want to do the thing, you're going to win either way. But if you only want to do it if you win, then it's kind of like cutting the joy in half, maybe more than half, because you get joy every part of the way if you want to do the thing. But if you just want the end result of the thing, you only get the joy at the end. So it's cutting down on the amount of joy that you could have. So I guess kind of getting yourself in alignment with yourself, being like, actually, I want to do this because it makes me happy. It brings me joy. And that's why I want to do it. Not to make money, not to be married, not to blah, 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 but for the process and the experience. That's what I'm excited about. If you can orient yourself to that, it would be a much more fulfilling experience. And that is what you need to know, pile 2. All right, we're going to move on to pile 3. All right, pile 3. So I've picked a bunch of cards from different decks because I just love to mix and match. And the first card is going to give us the answer to what do you need to know. What you need to know is the sun. So let's get some clarifying cards. First we've got purity, join in, and heart chakra. This last card is going to be the advice card. All right. Here we go. The sun. What do you need to know? The sun. So I don't believe that it's saying that you are the sun. I really feel like it is like saying the sun is there. If ever you would like it, if you would like that energy, it would be easy for you to reach for it because it's right there. It's kind of like, hey, sun's here, sun's out. Like it reminded me of the energy of you being inside in your bed, kind of like curled up in a ball, like irritated, and it's someone like a friend or something saying, okay, but why are you inside? The sun is out right now. Like the vibes are good. Come out and play. That's what I'm getting from purities. Like you not seeing, you're not paying attention to the sun. You're actually maybe really being really introverted. Maybe not focused. You're focused on yourself, but perhaps not in a positive way. Or maybe you've just been focused on yourself for a real long time. And when I'm talking about being focused on yourself, I'm thinking about self-growth, self-love, like really working on transforming yourself into the person that you want to be. And because of that, you've had your head kind of down for a long time and you haven't really looked up. And what you need to know is that the sun is there. It's like you have cleared away a lot of the clouds. You have really worked hard on yourself to transform. And you have done it so much that you might just be looking for those last little, like, sometimes we just kind of go ham on working on ourselves, right? So we are looking for any little thing, like any little thing that needs to be, and I won't even say needs to be, that we feel should be edited, fixed, changed. Like, okay, what's next? What do I do next? What do I need to work on now? Like, blah, blah, blah. And instead of doing, like, instead of just looking at the negatives, basically, I feel like the energy of this reading is saying the sun is here. Like you have cleared away the clouds. Go out and play. Go frolic. Like go and enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like you have made your life so much better for yourself. But you are so busy stuck on like working on yourself. Not to say that it's a bad thing, but also to say that there's a time to play. There's a time to join in and have fun. And especially now that it's like it's feeling, well, I live in Hawaii, so it's always good weather, but I'm seeing things blooming again and it's really feeling like springtime. So it's like the time to come out from the cave and come out and like just be rolling around the flowers, just be happy that the sun's back type energy. That's really what I'm seeing for you. What you need to know is like join in, have fun. It's time for that. It's not time for you to stay in the winter time, stay in the like critiquing yourself zone. It's time for you to get out there, have fun. And then we see this heart chakra. So it's interesting because I'm feeling like the energy of a relationship here. Not to say that a relationship is coming, but it's like sometimes when we are working on ourselves, we kind of just like we're not open or available for a relationship. Even like sometimes friendships where we've become strained from our friends because we're really working, like we're busy, okay? So we are estranged from our friends even. We're not really trying out there for a new relationship. And I'm just kind of seeing the energy, like join in, clarified by heart chakra. It's like get out there, meet like-minded people. Like allow your heart to open back up again and to like do the things that bring you joy, to open up your heart. And it doesn't necessarily have to be other person or relationship centered, but I just really strongly felt that when I looked at this card. It can totally be about you just going out there and having fun, doing things that make you happy, to bring joy into your life. It's like it's time for fun. You have been working so hard, but it's time to play. That's what it's like. You need to know that it's time to play because obviously you are just working still. But it's time to play. You have set yourself up in a way in which it's okay to let your guard down now. You don't have to be so focused and I must heal, I must change, I must make this happen. Even if this has something to do with like work or job and you've been steadily putting your head down, getting to the grindstone, like I gotta make this through, we gotta meet this deadline, and you have continued to do that way past the deadline, like actually the work is done, but you haven't remembered that there was life before this deadline. Like you forgot how carefree you were beforehand because you've been working on this for so long. And it's like, no, it's time to remember that. It's time to remember the sun. It is there for you whenever you want it. And then we've got these card of advice, and this card is from the For Agreements deck, which is based on the book by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this agreement is from the Don't Take Anything Seriously, or sorry, Don't Take Anything Personally agreement. And it says, embrace your freedom. You gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. And if you live without fear, if you love, you will be happy with your life. I love it. You gain a huge amount of freedom when you take nothing personally. No spell can affect you regardless of how strong it may be. It's interesting because I was talking a lot about you healing, and you being now at a point. I was talking about you healing and you being now at a point where, you don't have to be so focused on healing. You're now able to like open your eyes and see the sunshine because you've cleared the clouds away, basically. And that's really what I'm getting here. It's like you have gained this freedom. Like, and it's not that you live without fear. I don't know. I think that's a very extreme thing to say, but it's like you know that any fear that comes up, you can overcome it because you've already overcome so much. And the fear is no longer something that's going to hold you back. It might be present, but you're like, okay, hey fear, what's up? I know you, I remember you, I know how to deal with you. And so I'm not really afraid of you, fear. Like, you might come around, but it's not a big deal for me because I've dealt with this. I've been through this. I've been working on you for a long time and I am free now. So regardless of what comes my way, I am able to deal with that. And I think that's a realization that you may not have had yet. So when it says embrace your freedom, it's like you have gone through so much and you have healed so much and you have put yourself in such a position that things that come up against you cannot really shake you anymore. It's like you know too much. You're too wise. So instead of you constantly living in this state of like, okay, I got this to work on, I got that to work on, I need to heal this, fix that, you can just look up and say, whatever needs to be done is going to get done because I'm going to do it because I have proven that at least to myself. Now it is time to have fun and embrace and enjoy the things that I have worked so hard for. Enjoy my freedom, enjoy me being able to be myself more authentically because I have released anything that's holding me back from being myself. Like when it says don't take anything personally, it would be very hard for you to take things personally because you personally have already taken accountability for what's like your own stuff. And so when other people's stuff comes up, you're not taking it personally because you understand like that's your stuff. I know what my stuff looks like. That's their stuff over there. Like it's very easy for things to roll off of you. But if you're still living in that place where, oh my God, so much has happened to me, I've been through so much, I got a lot to heal, then you might not realize where you are right now in this moment. And I think if you take the time to just look up, take your head up and join in, like go find the sun, whatever the sun is to you, whatever that lighthearted, fun, free energy is to you, and play in it. Then you're going to remember like, oh, this is why I was doing all this work for, because I want to be able to just be out here and be carefree and be loving and be like my heart fully open because I'm just so happy with what I'm doing and where I'm at. I know how to get back there if anything ever happens to me to where, okay, I've had a really, really bad time or I've, gone through something. I know how to get back to my joy, and I get back there about remembering to open my heart again after, all the things, like after everything is said and done. I get back to my joy and to myself by opening my heart, fully loving myself, doing the things that bring me joy. And I know what that is. And if I don't know what that is, then I'm going to go figure it out. So pile 3, that is what you need to know. The sun is there for you, waiting for you to return to it, to come outside of this purification process that you have been doing on yourself, and to join back in on the fun and the opening your heart. Like everything it doesn't have to be a lesson. Right now, this can be the time of reaping the rewards and the fun. So remember that, like, especially once you've cleared and cleaned things up within yourself, remember that it's time to play too. All right, pile 3. Thank you so much for watching this reading. I will see you all in the next one.